Hi everyone, you're watching Jana FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. But first of all, let me introduce the sponsor of this video, simplefx.com, which offers Forex and cryptocurrency CFDs trading. You can see this site right now on my screen, and the links to simplefx.com you can find in the description under this video. Okay, we're starting with euro dollar as usual. This is 1 hour chart. So as you can see, euro broke down a little bit, continue its way down just as one of the expectations, and actually it's recovered itself and back to the same area as it was previous week. Okay, so I had one trade here, so I decided to place the trades. You see, not quite far from a little bit of consolidation, but from this level as one of the important levels. So this is where I was placing just a sell order from that a little bit down. So, and then I decided not to go for anything, just to see what is going to happen next, because if we'll go on a bigger chart to have a look, is now, you see that level, so I'm using this level, and obviously that one is to see maybe it will look like a little bit like a flag something. So now I'm not using that level there, I'm moving it down, so you can see that's how I was thinking where it's going to be stopped. Okay, so that's why I decided not to place any other trades and just had the one little one. Okay, so right now, expectation, that's I'm just saying that this one, if for example euro will go back up, that one might not be useful, but I'm still going to leave it just in case, because we do have the tops a little bit lower, high and high, so who knows, it could be as a stopping point. So, or maybe a place for consolidation. Okay, so this is just looking a little bit ahead, but right now you can see we did have a drop, and we have a little bit of consolidation here, and then another drop and consolidation here, which was also expected. Is well, when this week when I was looking at it, so it would look like more like a head and shoulders, again upside down head and shoulders. Okay, so what's my plan for this week? Okay, as we can see, euro dollar not choosing the direction, so it's not continue the way up and it's not breaking down, you see. So I would have expect maybe it will break and continue down, finally touches this area, and then expecting it to turn around or breaking, but it decided to stay in still the same channel. Okay, so we've been here for a while already. So now is looking at possible head and shoulders. Of course, from that, I would expect it possibly go back down to this area. Remember, there will be lots of news this week, and also there will be some election in Italy. So maybe there will be some already movement like on Monday, Sunday, Monday, opening the markets. Okay, so anything could happen. So what I'm going to wait for is, of course, either move down here to this area again and consolidate, or maybe just stay and create a shoulder like it was previously, and then I will decide again, will I be maybe just placing the sell from this area. Okay, if it's maybe it will not give me any consolidation, but I would prefer again for the market either come and give me something here. That would be really nice, because there is enough distance again to go down and go up. So it's the first thing, and if it will jump back, jump up, then I will be waiting for any consolidation around this level. Okay, so and possible placing the orders again both directions for buy and for sell, because as you can see right now euro is not in any trend and it can go any directions. Okay, so that's what's my plan. So I'm using all exactly the same levels. So if it will go down any of these levels, any consolidations, any good enough, then I will be placing the orders both directions again, and at the same time it will go up exactly. I will be looking at all of these levels, any slowing down, so anything possible will give me, if the pair will give me something, I will be placing the orders. But the beginning, this is the first two levels I'm going to be looking at. Okay, paying attention on. So next, going to pound dollar, and once again pound dollar did exactly as expected, pretty much. As you remember, like I had I was in the trade in here in this area from the previous week. So you see market moved up, just like I was saying, telling you, this is why I didn't come out from the trade, because it was looking like a little bit of head and shoulders upside down, and I was expecting it to touch the level because we're in a really nice downtrend channel, and this is exactly what happened. So I could come out with the profit, and of course next time I was already placing the orders, just sell using this level. Okay, so from that level I was selling right here, then it was going down here, I was placing the sell orders from that level. Of course, again looking at the channel and expecting the movements. You see how nicely we had all of the stops, so it was expected to continue the way down. So from here already, when it touched this area, of course I was expecting it possibly continue all the way to this, but remember we do have these bottoms. Okay, so it didn't touch it yet, so it decided to stop by this level. You see, like our big uptrend channel. So from here, from this area, you see it's actually pretty much it touched it and pulled back. So of course right now what I would expect as a possibility, the same, you see that level, for example, where I was thinking when we had a little bit of the bottom, so maybe it would have been like a pennant or a little bit triangle, a little bit narrow triangle. So you see, if we move that a little bit, it will also show us on the bigger picture that it also stays around this area. So we still might have a bit of the, you see, pennant or triangle. Okay, so that's why I see possibly why it was stopped a little bit high and didn't touch any, well, didn't continue to this level, it touched that one. So it kind of gives me an idea that still it's trying to stay higher and still trying to possibly return and go back up. So I can see still it could happen. But at this moment right now, okay, when we were still here, I was telling you that it would be possibility first touching it and then possibly creating us one of the tops. Okay, so now I can leave this this level here. On a smaller chart, you obviously would see that it might not be exactly, you see it's like a little bit broke it and went down, went back here. So from here now on, I would of course expect that, well, if it will have a bit of the consolidation around here, you see, I would have preferred when it went down, wouldn't be that sharp, so it would be somewhere around here, but it did, that's why I couldn't place any trades. And so I would wait for possibly for the best to continue, come back to this area, you know, for a little bit more confirmation. If it will go back to this area again, then again, if it will not go too, if it will not consolidate, let's say, too close to this area, if it will do so, then I will be looking for it to come back around here, or maybe, well, a little bit lower. Then I would be looking at using this level again and placing the buy orders already, because it could pretty easy to break the area, because look, we have one top, one bottom, second top, and we're creating a second bottom. So that's what I'm saying, like it could possibly go back and touch this area. So then that means it's either we'll be looking to break this, okay, or we'll be looking to create a top, another top. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, if like what I'm saying, if it would have been given a nice, something nice around here, then the possibility that it will go back to this area and create some, well, like I'm saying, breaking it or giving the top. So at the same time, to place the sell orders from this area is also really dangerous, because it could be stopped by this level. That's why I'm saying, if it will go down here and consolidate between these two levels, closer to that level of the uptrend, okay, then I will be looking at, that would be much better to place orders like for the selling. Okay, so it would be probably both the buy and the sell pending orders, but more towards selling, because it could possibly will be trying to break this level. But it's really, at this moment, could be quite dangerous, because it could be some false breakings to fool the market. So you need to be really careful in this area now. That's why I'm saying, for the best, it probably will be coming back here and give something around this area. Well, if not, given something around this area. Okay, so we have these two levels. As we're getting very close, maybe it will continue between those two, then I wouldn't be looking for anything until it would be closer to one or another level. So that's how I'm going to work with. So obviously you can see if it will go up and possibly will be trying to break, of course I will be using all of these levels again and see where it's going to go, where it's going to stop, and of course trying to break this level. So then we will see again on the bigger picture, it would be a little bit more clear again where it's going. Okay, so like here, for example, and then breaking, then of course I would be expecting it target around this area, and then it would be definitely finishing a double top. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. But of course it could be three tops. Okay, so it could be a little third top and then breaking and going down, but at the same time you can easily go in here and break and continue the way up. I mean, at this moment, of course, the main picture showing is a downtrend. We're in a downtrend channel. Okay, so that main picture, that's why expectation of this as a correction, and then from here breaking it, smashing it, and actually going down here. So it could, I mean, not in one go, but in few, of course, steps with a bit of probably corrections, and finally getting inside this area. So that's what the picture is. But what's going to happen, we don't know. Like this happened, you see, this week is we had some, again, some political news in the UK, okay, Brexit. So that's what I'm saying. Always remember that about that, something unexpected. It wasn't in financial calendar, okay, it was with some other news, the political news. So that's all my thoughts and the plan for pound dollar. Okay, dollar yen, and here we go. Had a trade with dollar yen too. So remember, this is what we have. We're in a downtrend channel, just as expected. Remember, we were staying here, and I was saying to you that I would rather to see, well, either consolidate here or go up to the again touching, right? We're in downtrend, touching it, so we did have a little bit looking like it could have been whatever, like triangle or whatever. It was looking like a bit of the flag, which I removed right now. You see we had a bit of the flag, so I didn't go for the buy order because I wasn't sure would we want to do it, would be like strong enough to do it, and but well, I mean, you see you did, so the expectation was pretty much correct. So now you see I took it away, but it looked like a bit of the flag. Okay, so and this is where I used the level. It was a little bit of consolidation, and this is where I was placing my orders, and I was selling from this level, expecting this in a downtrend channel, of course, and I went down all the way, and I come out from this area. Okay, I come out with the profit. I actually mainly closed it around this area. So because I was expecting it a bit of consolidation now around this level. Okay, so this was from the previous trades, quite strong level. You see, this is why I stopped here. It broke a little bit this area, but so what we're going to see on the bigger picture again, you see it's pretty much like broke but stayed in here. So in the bigger picture, it shows we are continuing, right? Like was a while ago, expectation of continue the way down, okay, and finally touching this. Then it will give us the bigger picture of the triangle. Remember, I told you the dollar yen really likes to create really nice patterns, and that was the expectation, even when we were still there, that it could possibly still give us that bottom. So maybe, maybe not, but right now this is what it all shows. So that can happen again. Depends what the news are going to be. Lots of news next week. So in the short, so in the long term, again, you can see, yeah, what I'm expecting more towards going down. So and at this moment, I mean, there is nothing. It's not giving me any like signals. I can't see anything. I mean, like, you know, this is not really shoulder or the head or anything. It's just right now in the downtrend, so it's not giving me anything to see if maybe it will be like trying to turn around. So you see, I don't see it. So that's why I will be looking at to see right here if we are in the channel. So maybe a bit of the consolidation and breaking down again and continue to down level of the downtrend channel. So that's the first expectation would be, of course, okay, in this picture. So of course, at the same time, it might be a little bit of recovery again. I mean, maybe it will be strong news, and of course it can all the way smash everything. But we do have a lot of space between these levels, and right now again, as we went down, I'm just waiting for any consolidation. Okay, so wherever it will consolidate around this area, I would probably use a little bit wide. Maybe it is a little bit wide, but I could probably use one or another. So and placing orders to buy to see if it maybe it will go a little bit again, like I'm trying to say, to touch it or continue the way down and then consolidate, come here a little bit and consolidate around here. I mean, it can also be between something here, consolidation, or maybe it will go up a little bit also in some consolidation, because these are very, very big distances. So you have to always calculate what the distance and where it can stop. You see, it's 120 pips. So of course, you, like me, is expecting, okay, 50, like let's say 50 pips, and you see it's about 100 the same. So if it went 50 pips, consolidation went another 50 pips. So I can take at least my 10 pips, you see, to protect the trade. So that's what my thought, like I just said, using this area, either going up and then consolidation around this level, or went down, consolidation around this level, and then placing the orders, depends again if it will give anything, any channels or the patterns, okay? So not that easy, not that hard. With dollar yen, okay, Australian dollar also I had a trade, just as again also expected. We did have a drop, and then we were here, like I was saying, I was expecting it to either continue, getting a bit closer to these levels. Obviously here I had a sell order, pending order, like you see, like what I'm saying. If I see there is only opportunity for one order, then I will place one order, because you see it didn't get closer to this level. So I thought, well, maybe I had enough as it touched here. Okay, so we're in a downtrend channel, touched here, so I was expecting to continue the way down. So that's why when it gave me that flag, so you see it's looking like a flag pattern, and so this is where I was placing the orders, just using this trend channel, little trend channel, okay, here in a correction, drop, correction, drop. So that's how I worked out with Australian dollar. Not very big trade too, was protecting myself around this area, so quite small. Was just worried that it could not continue not break that level, because it's quite strong level. I used it also a few times before. So what's the plan now? Of course, well, we stopped right here, and I'm expecting some consolidation. Like, again, I'm saying if there will be no jumps, so that's like for the beginning. If it will consolidate around here, well, I don't know if there will be enough space, you see, because it's very close to this area. I mean, it's a 4-hour chart, is a bit bigger, but on a smaller chart, if we would look, so when the market opens, you see how it depends how far and how close that level going to be. Again, for example, if it will consolidate below this level, okay, so this is what I'm seeing, it's about 40 to this level is about 50 pips. But if it will consolidate too long enough, it will be too close to that level, so I might not be able to place any orders for buy again, for example, okay. So, and right here, you see, so if it will sit around here, so I would rather to see it to go jump in and then consolidate between this level and that level. So if it will go back in this area, it will give me another a point of view that maybe this time it will be trying to break this level to continue the way up, okay. So if it will jump in, so if it will consolidate underneath, like I'm saying, if it's not going to go too close to it, then I would be looking at placing both directions orders, but at the same time more towards going down, okay, so more towards going down for the sell. So that's what I'm saying, it all depends if it will get into this area, if it will consolidate underneath. Okay, so well, that's it really. If it will go down, then I would expect it to go to this area, or possibly continue and touch. Well, you see we have one of these levels like crossing the level of the downtrend channel. Okay, so you see that it will continue the way, but I mean at this moment it's looking, it wants to go back a little bit here, and it does look like it's maybe it's just trying to come back here. Obviously you can see it's trying to come back here. With all the news last week, you see the dollar got a little bit weaker, like we saw with euro, how euro recovered completely. Pound didn't recover as euro because pound had bad news for pound, that's why, but euro recovered quite well. Okay, so that's why Australian was trying to pull also take the back positions, but obviously not strong enough. So that's why we do have the stock a little bit in this area, but looks like it is trying to go back. So that's still, well, and of course if we will break this area, then I would see again if it will go wherever, somewhere in the middle, we'll be stopping, and if any consolidations, again both directions could be either go up or continue way down. So anything could be with that, so with all this news happening around. So now we're going to dollar Canadian. Well, as you can see, again, I was in the sale order from the previous week. Okay, so, and I closed it on Monday. See, well, I had a bit of the movement down, just as expected, a little bit slow on Monday, so I come out with the profit. And when it's broke, you see that's a quite important level, been for a while. So this is where I had last time that bad trade, we actually come out with profit. So right now, dollar CAD is continue the way is one of the expectation of we are in a downtrend channel, but we're in a correction uptrend at the same time on a smaller chart. Okay, so in here I was placing the orders. Well, from here actually it was a really nice channel, and I placed orders both direction, buy and sell at the same time, because it was really nice small channel which continued way up. I was looking at this area, I was thinking to place the orders, but for somehow, I don't know, I decided not to. Maybe I thought it was a little bit too close to this area, so I decided not to go for it, which was a shame. So we continued all the way, and then I had orders, I had a sell orders from this area, but I didn't, well, you obviously see I didn't get in. The movement down wasn't enough, luckily, so my orders were not triggered. And I didn't place, so somehow I didn't place the buy order. Don't know why again, so just wasn't well, right now is expecting, because we're in a bigger downtrend channel, obviously, you see, so that's why I wasn't sure what it's going to do with all this news. I mean, obviously it's moving continue the way is expected in our uptrend correction channel, as you can see, right? So still I'm still, the first thing with dollar CAD is there will be news again for Canadian, and so expectation, of course, to continue the way, at least we still have that channel. Okay, so if technically looking, then it shows us that it should continue and get to this level. So this is where possibly would be looking for going down, selling. So I mean, at the same time, of course, it can break that, because it can and then continue and go up, but it's still kind of going to be in a downtrend channel. Okay, so it's a correction at this moment. I mean, we do look, why I'm saying it can't break that, because that's what I'm saying, this is a bit crucial area. It's looking like a double bottom. You can see that, right? So if it's double bottom, then that should continue. It might even go up right here. So that's what I'm saying again. But well, we'll see. So what's gonna happen? So it's like I'm saying, what's the plan? Okay, so that's like the bigger picture, and the plan is now, of course, as we are moving up, well, waiting for any consolidation again. See for any consolidation, and we do have like I'm saying, we do have enough. Well, you see, it's about 50 pips. So don't know about the selling from this area, maybe, or placing the sell orders and placing the buy orders. Well, obviously we still have 90 pips up there right now. Also, it's a bit of the double top, which is a bit really weird one. You see how it moved, so it could, like I'm saying, possibly go back, then maybe create another third top and then try to break it, or maybe it will continue all the way up. So you see, it's not going away too far from this level. It's been going up and down, up and again, so very uncertain. That's why I'm not sure if I will be going for any, if it's not going to be clear. So like I'm saying again, if it will go a little bit low, closer to this level, I'm not going to touch it. If it will give any consolidation again here, then I will place orders. This time, because we already, like 2 times it was around this area, so this time I'm definitely going to place buy and sell pending orders from this area, expecting it either continue and touching it, or go back and in a downtrend. Well, we've been going up for a bit now, so it could be a bit of correction. Okay, and we do have a little bit, well, I mean, not very strong, but still it's a little bit of the shoulder, right? So we had like 1, 2, 3, so it's like a third top now. Now it's more looking, it could be shoulder and a head. And also in here, you can see it's also looking like a shoulder, and maybe that's going to be a little head. Like I'm saying, maybe there'll be a little shoulder and then going down. So like in a smaller pattern, I'm expecting a bit of correction, okay? I'm expecting maybe it will go down first, and then maybe it will continue and then reach this area. That's what I'm saying. Right now, it's everything for me crucial around this area, okay? So I would rather see it go back here, give me something around here, and then placing the orders, like I'm saying. If it will go down here, then I will be again looking, placing both directions orders, because either it can go here and then come back and then go back up, or make a little bit of the head and shoulders first, maybe even go down here a little bit and then continue the way up. So that's how I see it right now, but this is my levels, okay? So these are levels I'm going to work with, okay? So with all those levels, and of course if it will break this level, for somehow will jump, so somewhere in the middle, any slowing down in the middle, and then we will see. Okay, so now going to Euro Pound. Okay, so you can see it's a big picture. We are breaking this area, and I'm going to show you a little bit on the smaller one first before I'll tell you what my thoughts for Euro Pound. Euro Pound, also from the previous week right here, somewhere I was in the trade, remember, and again on Monday it continued the way down enough for me, so it didn't touch a little bit of this area, but reversed, but you know, with the smaller protection, the smaller trades closing the position, so I could come out with profit. So, and then I didn't touch it. I decided not to touch it because, you know, that level, I didn't like it previously. I prefer it either go to one level, remember, to the top level, or to the bottom. Well, that was the bottom because before we had looking like triangle. So it didn't go to any of this or that level. So that's why I decided I will not do anything. So that level now, you see, is it started to break it. So what I'm going to do now, okay? So the plan. Well, first of all, we need to know, did we actually break it or not? Because remember, what we had, by the way, you see, this is how I moved the level. You see, we had that first, and then I was moving like this, and then now we're having all the wings in. As I'm always saying to you, always when the market getting closer to one of the levels, need to move it and see the ends of the candles, the wings of the candles, everything to use just to see how far close. That's why I thought it might turn around, and if it would give me any consolidation, then I would be placing the trades possibly. But as I said, I didn't like this level as much before. Okay, so no trades. Well, better than nothing, better than losing, I mean. Okay, so now we see here, we had this level, it worked well. Okay, it was very useful, but now I'm going to move it, okay, to see, did we actually come out from it? Are we going to expect that movement continue to the next level, or maybe even breaking and smashing it all the way? So right now we can see we did not break it yet. You see, we're still inside the downtrend channel. So this could be the possible turning around of this big up movement. Okay, so maybe now it's going to go turn around and finally maybe even breaking it and touching the bottom of the downtrend channel, okay, because we come out from the bit of the triangle over here. Now we're in kind of pretty much in this channel. So you see from the bodies are moving it to the tops. I'm not going to move it right to the top, okay. So well, you can see, well, I can't move it to this one. No, I'm going to leave it with a little bit more crossing. So let's say we're right here. I mean, right now it's not principal. The area you can see here. What I'm going to do with this area, of course, now it's the time to look in for new options, opportunities to go for trades. You see, we do have about 50 pips to go up and about 60 pips to go down. So you see here, it could be as a first thing, okay? Because if it will drop down, and possibly maybe it will even ignore this one and go even more and more, well, with some consolidations in between, and finally go inside the channel it should be. We also can still use that, like we see, to see if it will turn around. It could be, you know, something like this again. Maybe it will do something like that again. Who knows? So at this moment, I'm gonna, well, I'm just leave it here for now. We will see when it start to move, then we'll see. So that's what my point is, to just to create and look for opportunities now around this area. Okay, so we do have it now. So you see right now it's still trying, kind of like showing its jump out. And so as I'm saying, any consolidation around here, of course, nothing really big, huge. If it will consolidate around this area, so enough space for me to get to this level and enough space to get to that, and possibly to the next ones too. Okay, so this is what I will be looking at. Okay, so that's how I will be placing the trades for the next for this week, looking at. Okay, so that's it. That's my view with pound, euro pound. Gold, well, gold worked out quite well for me this week, and let's go on 1 hour chart quickly. So I'll show you. Remember when we were around this area from previous week, I was telling you this looked like a head and shoulders, and I was looking at that level as placing new orders. Like I was saying, if the market will not open with like any jumps or anything silly, then I will be looking placing the order. So actually I did place the buy order from this level, and on Monday we did move. Well, why? Because you see with the Asian session, like I'm saying, it's like Tokyo and Japan, they do like the patterns quite low. So that's how I thought it might come up with this, and it did. And next, so Monday we stopped again at the same area. You see how well it is, and a little bit consolidation, and I placed in the sell order from this level again, pending order a little bit below. So I didn't place the buy order from here because it wasn't good enough for me, and I didn't place any buy orders because in the bigger picture the expectation was to going down. Yeah, so we went down, and well, then I didn't touch it. I wanted a little bit better view on it. So right now it does look like we might have an upside down head and shoulders. Yeah, can you see the head and shoulders? Okay, so on the smaller charts you can't see it much, so that's why we need the bigger charts to see the bigger picture. So you can see here, like I was telling you, that's what was expected here, right? A little bit in this area. So we do have a bit shoulder before, so this is where we expected to come back to this area, because that's a very crucial area, and expecting it to break at one point like the market did before. So from the history it showed us it either will create head and shoulders, double top, maybe it's going to be a triangle, and that's exactly what it's trying to do. It's already created, tried to fool us a few times, giving us first like head and shoulders, now it's a double top. Now what is it going to do? So I do have this little candle, which of course from one point it gives me an idea, well, so that might be a little bit of consolidation first, right? And with the another head and shoulders on the smaller charts, we can see that. And at the same time, we didn't break it yet. But at the opposite, we did still broke it. So we did test at this area. So we had here, and this is lower, you see. So that, which gives me still an idea that market is maybe will give us the third top, or it does look like still a triangle or a bit of the pennant. So it might go wherever it can go, to any areas it wants to go to give us another top, and then come back, maybe consolidation, maybe another something, and then finally we'll have to break this level. Okay, so right now kind of net picture, this is what it gives me, but in a short time it tries to go back up. Okay, it tries to have a bit of a correction, but gold can go without correction for very long, so you have to be really careful all the time. So you see it, but right now we're not in any kind of trends. So we're stuck here around. To be honest, this time I don't think I will be placing the buy order from here like I did previous week, because this was really nice drop and then a really nice head and shoulders. Now we had a bit of the drop, you see, and because we already had this correction and drop, and this is very, very weird head and shoulder. Okay, this is the not good head for me, so that's why I will not gonna take this risk and place in this Monday, Sunday or Monday, this order here when the market will open. So I would rather now a little bit wait and give me something a little bit more, because like I'm saying, it's a little bit too sharp, too sharp. Okay, so I'm going to use this level. I don't know, I probably will ignore this one. Okay, but anything that will consolidate around this area, I will be looking at placing the orders both directions again, more towards possible giving me still another top. Okay, or that would be more. So, or at the same time, well, who knows, maybe it wouldn't have enough strength and it might turn around to this area, maybe even break it this time and continue to the next level. So could possibly be that. So that's how I'm going to work. Of course, if it will go up, I would see what it's going to do here. Will it like smash that area? Maybe it will stop a little bit and continue. So this will be next area again, next area. So all the same levels are staying exactly the same. So that's that. But that's the plan for dollar. Okay, for gold. Okay, so that's the plan for gold. So now we're going to pound yen. Well, pound yen, what can I say? You probably saw that's the picture where it was. It did exactly as expected. So it was sitting around this area, a little bit went down, which is like still alright. I mean, if like somebody, if you would sell here, you would still stay in the trade, of course, placing the stops somewhere higher than that. Okay, but doesn't matter. We did have this area which I pointed out to you, and I was telling you, like, you see the one of the options either go up or going down, and was more towards going down, because remember again in the bigger picture it did look like a big pennant again, isn't it? You see, we had a drop, then it looked like an pennant, and that's what's expected is the first thing. First might break here, looking more break in this area, then going back in, but at the same time we could have continued our uptrend. But that was really sharp, and this was very narrow, so that's what the expectation was. So anyway, it did well, as you can see. It would have been a really good trade for some of you, I believe. Very, very profitable. And so what's now, of course, is, well, to be honest, that with that level now we can see, well, you see it's broke. Even if we will use that bottom, you can see it's broke that, and here. So what do you expect? I would expect it maybe if it will continue the way down, then it might continue all the way to this level. Okay, and then this would look a little bit more now symmetrical as an uptrend channel. Okay, so we were in a little bit sharp. It was too sharp. I was telling you about it. It's too sharp. There's something is going to happen, because it was narrowing. It's too narrowing. Okay, because usually Forex likes a bit of the symmetry. Okay, so now as it's here, so maybe like I'm saying, it will continue to reach that area, but who knows? I'm going to leave this for now here just in case, and I'm not going to remove these ones, because if it will go down, then symmetrically it could be using this as the top of the channel, and that's the bottom. You see, like I'm saying, if we will try to do it really symmetrically, then like to this one, you see expectation, it could be going to this level and even breaking it and going down to here, you see, to this level. Okay, so it could be all the way down while looking ahead. Like I was telling you, in here it was a little bit too sharp, too high. Like when we were looking at here, if it will go up here, it would be a little bit not as symmetrical. So now it looks a little bit more promising, let's say. But you never know, so that's what I'm saying. Right now I'm just going to leave it like this and just need to see what's going to happen. But in the short term, I mean, of course it can come back. Okay, may come back into this area, who knows. So in the short term, what I would do, of course, is just waiting for any consolidation again. So in around this level, okay. So if it will do any consolidation here, possibly maybe ignore this level this time, because it's actually kind of broke it and sit around here. We do have well, after the drop, okay, we had a drop, consolidation, drop, so maybe it will have a little bit of recovery first, because you see this is a little bit of the shoulder again, upside down. Yes, 4-hour chart. Let's go on a 1-hour chart. You see it a little bit more clear. Well, except on a bigger chart, I think it's more clear. But anyway, so you see it's a little bit, well, consolidation, or the shoulder went down, so this could possibly go back all the way. Well, we still have on a smaller chart, we still have this area, so maybe it will go back to this area and give us a shoulder. So okay, so if it will consolidate in here, then of course possibly placing the buy orders and placing the sell pending orders to go down or going up. And then if it will go back to this area, then of course I would think maybe it will be trying to break and come back into this channel. Okay, so to see what is going to again create in here, will it try to come back or not? But if it will go all the way and will try to break it here, then possibly will be more looking like towards actually got in and will continue the way up. So it could possibly be. But at the same time, so like I'm saying again, you see all the levels. At this moment, it does look like maybe it will have that correction of and giving the head and shoulders. Again, you see it's pound yen, which does like all the stuff, the yen. And if not, if we will continue the weight, so then that level or maybe something in between these two levels, it can give anything. And I would be, you see, looking at anything around between them. But again, like I'm saying, continuation more towards would be this will be more target. Okay, more towards down. But we do have quite strong here head and the shoulder, so that it could be a correction in that respect. Okay, so well, that's all my thoughts and my plans of trading plans for this coming week. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, like it, and happy trading. I see you next week. Bye everyone.